Oof! Bangin', bangin'. What's up, friends? Today we're checking out the opening to the NieR Automata anime. The song is called Escalate, and it's by NieR. NieR Automata started out as a video game, which is kind of an interesting start for an anime. Started as a video game, turned into an anime. And the video game is well known for having just fire music. The music is so good. Really intense. A lot of vocal-driven music, which is interesting for a video game. You don't always have heavy vocals going on in video games, especially female choir vocals. There's sometimes like male choir vocals or just choral vocals in general, like in Dark Souls. But here, it had a really unique sound that was really cool. And so there's a lot of pressure to make a fire opening for this show. It's got to be good. It's got to hit. It's got to slap. We'll be looking at this song from the perspective of a producer and songwriter, so expect a lot of pauses to go over specific elements of the song. So just starting out, we got this nice string arpeggio going on. Boom, 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 boom. Kind of techno sounding, a good mix of electronic and organic sounding elements. This kick enters us into the vocal portion of the song. And there's a little bit of mud to that kick, you know? It's got a big personality here. Sounds a little weird, but it still fits. It still works for the song so far. Then you get the vocals coming in, and they're sounding phenomenal. NieR's coming fresh off of doing the 9th ending to Chainsaw Man, and she's coming in guns blazing. They're drawing back those strings in this portion, adding a kick and hi-hat pattern. I like the kick. It's fairly thin and it's fairly artificial sounding, but I think it works for the song really well. Almost reminds me of the kind of snare. Sorry, the snare is really thin. It kind of reminds me of this type of snare you might expect from like an Utada song, which isn't bad. Utada's dope. And then there's this real grimy sounding synth, a lot of distortion on it, kind of 8-bit sounding, which makes sense because, you know, we're adapting this from a video game, and there's this nice grit to it, which I think reflects kind of this post-apocalyptic sensibility that NieR Automata has. Up to this moment, I do like how much room they've given for the vocals. That synth is never fighting with the vocal. It's always coming in step with what the vocal is doing, and that's nice, you know? I feel like too often you get synths fighting, but here the vocal is really, really clear, really clean sounding. We're bringing back the strings for this type of pre-chorusy section. Good place to bring the strings back in. They do fight with the vocal just a little bit, but it's not enough to be annoying, so it still works. I also really dig the animation here, kind of having different characters show up on the walls of buildings. Really unique take. Adding a little bit of distortion to that vocal, kind of having this whooshing sound going on in the background, and then having kind of a lot of things cut out right before the chorus. Good moves, stuff that I appreciate, you know? I like when they saturate the vocal a little bit at certain points in a song. It adds a good amount of diversity to the experience of listening to the vocal. love how that string builds in to this chorus. And then with the drums going harder, sounding a little more organic here, which is cool. I like that. I like that kind of switch up. Real powerful chorus, real hook driven, and it just hits so hard. Great stuff. Love that real distorted sounding synth that kind of swells in then draws back, and swells in then draws back. It's a nice power that it adds to this part. You know, I haven't heard like any notable electric guitars on this song, but it's still just as rockin' and just as metal. Oh, there's the electric guitar. Oof, oof, oof. Banging. That guitar part is so sick, and it goes so well with the vocal. It's just like this nice kind of back and forth. It feels like they're duetting with each other. Real good, real nice intensity that we're getting added to the song here at the end. Whew. Fire opening. Ooh. Love that ending. It's like keeping us suspended. It doesn't resolve, which is perfect for an anime opening because you're not supposed to get like a true ending to the song because the show is starting. So you want something suspended to bring us into the actual show. It also reflects a little bit of the suspended quality that the game has where it never truly feels like it ends. Even at the ending, you're kind of like, I don't know if this is really it. It's this weird vibe. So that's really well reflected in this song. Tall order that they had to live up to here. I mean, come on. The game has such great music, and the series is bound to have such great music throughout. So for this opening, they really had to bring it, and they brought it. It sounds so cool. I really like it. Probably my favorite NieR song, and I've listened to a decent amount of NieR now that since listening to the song they did for Chainsaw Man, because I really dug that song too. But this one is just fire. It goes so hard. I'll have to check out the full version for sure. Hope you enjoyed this little video. Hope it's giving you some insight into a little bit of what's going on with the anime opening. Hope it's increased your enjoyment of said anime opening. If it has, I'd really appreciate it if you like, comment, shared, subscribed. And if you check out my music, I've got kind of this dark, creepy acoustic album that I think you'll like. It's kind of acoustic folk, but it's got these weird vibes and it's got these cool vocals going on. So, you know, it seems like the type of stuff you might like. Also, I've got other anime opening and ending and music reactions. They're right here. That's it. Catch on the flip.